What's happening? It's your host, Zach Schumaker, and today we're going to be joined by the newest member of Tennessee. He's the first commit in the 2022 recruiting class, staying home to be a hometown hero. He's a four-star prospect, top 70 in the country, BJ Edwards. We got to take us through how you're feeling right now. It's official. You're heading to Tennessee. You just announced it. Take us through how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Ready to be involved. Maybe get us a national championship, SEC championship. Just ready to give it all for the fans and for coaches and all that.
Now, this is our third interview. You've been on a couple of different times. So if anyone wants to tune in to hear more about your high school career, you can click the link above. But obviously, as we talked about, you're going to Tennessee now. It's been a long, drawn-out process. Had offers to go anywhere in the country pretty much. Take us through this now. Obviously, you just got to start going on visits just recently. What's it been like getting on those visits? And obviously, I know you went to Wake Forest, Tennessee, Florida. Take us through those visits.
All right, so my first official was at Wake Forest. It was really cool. I got to eat out with the coaches and stuff, with the Dave and Busters, with all the whole coaching staff and some of the players. Hung out with the players, stuff like that. They just showed me the facilities and watch practice with them. I stayed there for like 2 days in hotels, stuff like that. So it was really cool just to get that experience of their campus and all the stuff like that, and the way they practice and get to meet with the coaching staff and stuff like that. It was really cool. Wake Forest, I liked it. But then I went to Florida, and my dad lives in Florida actually. And most of my family on my dad's side live in Florida. So I had brought my cousins and my dad to Florida when we went to the visit. It was really cool. It was unofficial though. They're not doing the officials till like the football season started. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was really cool. Just getting on campus, and I really enjoyed it. The best part about it was me bringing my little younger cousins, so they get that experience of the D1 level, the high measure level, so it really can motivate them. So I really like Florida as well. But honestly, when I came back to Tennessee for the official, I took the unofficial to Tennessee June 10th or 11th, I think. I forgot, something like that. But when I went on my official to Tennessee, just the love they showed me, they got me crazy amount of snacks. They all in my kitchen right now. It's at least gonna last me 2 to 3 weeks. I went with Dillon Mitchell as well. I really enjoyed it. The coaching staff was really cool to me, how everybody bonded. Every coach was cool to me. I like all of them. And it felt like a family to me. Even me and Coach Rick Barnes sat in the film room and watched the whole hour of film. And what's crazy was, because all the other college visits, when we were watching the film, it shows the game film of the players. And in Tennessee, they actually had the previous point guards in my position, like Jordan Bone and Lamonte Turner, their film of how they fit into the system. And then they put my actual film from Indiana, this AAU season, on there. And it was going right in with their program as well. So that's really what done it. I feel like none of the other visits had my actual film on screen showing how I fit into their system, but Tennessee. And that really it surprised me and had me excited without me even knowing that I'm doing that. So
I know for a while now, the media has always kind of portrayed and give a lot of crystal ball and stuff for you going there. And personally, I mean, this kind of is the dream figure. You get to stay home, hometown hero, potentially you get to reunite with Brandon if he's not one and done type of player. And like you said, Coach Barnes has been incredible at the point guard position, constantly getting guys to the NBA. One done even now, Jaden Springer, probably going to do it with Kennedy next year. But just take us through this. When did it click for you? When was the point you said, Tennessee is where I want to be. I want to stay home. This is where I'm going to go in.
Really just that whole visit, honestly, just seeing how, compared to the other coaching staffs at Wake Forest and Florida, how every single coach bonded with their players and with each other. It just felt like a family to me. And also Rick Barnes is cool, he's a funny, cool guy, joking guy off the court. But as soon as he steps onto the court, it's all business for him and stuff. So that's really what I wanted to be at. And also me and Dillon had free time on the visit, so we had an hour or something. So we went back to the gym, right? And they put us in all practice gear, and practice shoes. And we got to shoot at Thompson Bowling Arena, like work out with the little managers. They'd be working out the actual players. So that was really cool to me too. So yeah, so really just the coaching staff and how they bond and just we watched practice too. It was a good, really good practice. Like even the strength and training coach, he fixed something with my body. Like he had my ankles out. I was with him for like a whole hour too. Like just the time and dedication they put in. So that's really what did it for me, I feel like.
So did you tell the coaching staff on the visit then, or did you kind of come home, talk about it a little bit more with your family, or like when did you tell Coach Barnes and that staff that you're gonna be part of the team?
Yeah, the last day of the visit, like we left at 10. The end of the visit ended at 10 in the morning, and we had breakfast with them at 9. So like after we had 8, I was sitting at the table already. I was sitting with Coach Barnes eating already. So I just told him I'm coming to Tennessee. I'm gonna be involved. And he just got up out of the seat, hugged me for like 10 for a whole 10 seconds, and yes, yes, yes. Like it was real fun, cool, exciting, good moment.
Now, this has been, like I said, a pretty long process. I know they were really involved with you pretty early on too. So how impactful was that? Like, I know you guys didn't get on visits because of COVID and whatnot, but just kind of talking to them now for well over a year, how big has that been? Kind of just having the longevity of a relationship with them in your recruiting process.
Yeah, that's really a big role too. Even though like they kind of have a new staff now, I was really getting the closest guy I was to was Coach Oliver, who's now the head coach at ETSU. But as soon as he had left, and as soon as Coach Rod Clark came in, me and him like connected in so many ways. Like we talked today as well. We talked almost a whole lot. Like me and his relationship is almost past Coach Oliver's now. But I'm not like saying it in a bad way. Just how much that we talk and communicate. I talked to Coach Lentz as well, Coach Gainey, Swartz, Barnes. Like I talked to most of the whole staff, and that's different. Like if at the other colleges, I only talked about 2 of the coaches and stuff. So I really enjoyed that as well. So just have them for them all to be communicating with me.
Now, I believe our last interview was around November, December time. So at that point, were you leaning towards Tennessee at all? Like, was Tennessee, would you say they were your favorite? Were you really heavily considering them at that point? Or like, where were you roughly 6, 7 months ago?
No, I really wasn't. Like I didn't have any favorites. Like it all was just leveled out.
Now, as you go through this process, like when did it really start picking it? Because you chose obviously to go to Florida, you chose a Wake Forest, and obviously Tennessee visit. So, like, what made you choose those 3 schools? Like, why were those the schools you want to take the visit on?
Honestly, like I did have a visit scheduled to Virginia Tech, but I had went to Pangos camp, and that kind of messed up most of my schedule because I had my official for Tennessee was going to be with Brandon Miller on the like 7th and 8th, but I had chose Pango camp. Like the coach Schwartz that called me said, "Yeah, go to Pangos. It'll be fine. We'll reschedule again." So, yeah, that kind of messed it up. But I was going to go visit Georgia as well, but now it's just so I was going to visit Virginia Tech in Georgia, but I didn't have enough time because I was in Florida with my dad for almost a week, and then I went to Johnson City with my grandma after Wake Forest visit for almost a week too. So didn't have any time. And now it's July. We got a lot of games, so I can't really.
Now, let's say Tennessee never came into the picture. So you're down to pretty much the other 5 schools in the picture for you. Which one of those were you kind of leaning towards? Like, was there one of those that you really had another close relationship with that you could possibly have even seen yourself play at had Tennessee not been in the picture?
Yeah, I'd probably say Wake Forest would be that'd be the place.
Absolutely. Well, another thing that I know all fans are excited for is this 2022 class. We're seeing that Rick Barnes kind of shifted his program in a degree of getting these top level high school guys. There's going to be one and done. Obviously, got 2 in this upcoming draft. Possibly going to have Brandon could be in that discussion. Kennedy, like there's a few guys that could do it this upcoming class. But there's going to be guys to fill. So we know you're locked in now. First guy in 2022. Just we're on a visit with Dillon. He's a high level player. Brandon, there's a lot of different guys in the mix too there. So what's the 2022 class looking like? Like who's some other guys you looking to reach out to or you'd like to play with?
Definitely Dylan Mitchell first. Like he's the first guy on my list. Like I really feel like I can get him to come to Tennessee with me. We actually worked out twice in the same day when I told you that. Before we had went to the first time we worked out, it was only like 30 minutes because we didn't have that much free time. Then we had went to Roof Chris after that. But then like after we came back from Roof Chris, it was like 11 at night, 11, 12 at night. They called the managers, they got us back in the practice gear. We shot again and Tots and Donuts for like a whole hour just talking about coming here. And they already knew that I already had told them that I was coming to Tennessee, just the managers and Dillon. So I'm being real high on him, trying to get him. And I feel like he really is leaning towards Tennessee as well. So that's really one of the guys I want to play with. Also, Ernest. I think I forgot his name. Kind of hard. His last name hard to kind of know. Ernest Uday, something like that. I've been talking to him a lot as well. So.
Now, so did you know Dillon prior to the visit, or was that really the first time you actually got to talk to him?
Nah, I didn't we weren't really that close before the visit, but since we knew that we was going together, we had been texting like a week or two before and stuff like that. We played each one teach one this year twice. So I've known about him though. But we got close kind of a little bit before the visit, but now we like real close.
So let's say he does end up coming to Tennessee. You got yourself, you got Dillon. Let's say Ernest comes in. How special would that 2022 recruiting class be?
Yeah, I think it would be real special. I think we also trying to get Casey Wallace from Texas, so he can play alongside me as 2 or 3. So, yeah, we get that all forms. I think we should be really good for a long time and just mature over the years or however long we get to the NBA or whatever stuff like that to win. Just win a lot of games, make Coach Barnes proud, make a run in the NCAA tournament, and hopefully win the SEC championship or the NCAA championship, the national championship.
At the end of the day, though, we do know you are locked in. You're coming to Tennessee. So what can fans expect from you? What will you be bringing to Tennessee when you get out there?
Honestly, I just gonna, of course, like some. I mean, not. Of course, I'm gonna just bring like my full game. I'm gonna play defense. I can score whenever. I can pass it. I'm gonna just give him all. I'm gonna hustle every play. So just expect whatever coach wants me to do, I'll do.
Now, when you look at all the long list of point guards, rather it be recently Jaden, you look guys like Jordan, even going back to the day before Rick Barnes, like when you look at all the great Tennessee point guards, is there one that you'd say you compare yourself to or you play a little bit like?
I say one of my coach, one of my like mentors, Bobby Mays. Some people say I play like him. Well, not people don't say I play like him. Just some shades of my game is him, not the full game. Lamonte Turner. I've been working on like my jump shot too. So Jordan Bowden. This is what I feel like. But yeah, that's what I feel like.
When you talk about B-Mays Elite, obviously there's one guy that reclassed, went up to 2021 now, I've mentioned a couple of times, that's Brandon. Take us through that aspect. I know he obviously has been there for a couple of months committed. Did he have any kind of role in recruiting you? I'm sure you probably saw him on the visit just at some point, but did he have any role in the recruiting process and ultimately having you land there in Tennessee?
Yeah, he definitely did. I talk to him every day. He's my guy. We've been playing with each other for almost 5 years now. So he really wanted me to come there. I've already stayed with him a lot, stuff in the dorm and stuff like that. So he's cool. He's been on me a lot about Tennessee.
He obviously does have a good chance of being a one-done player, and if that's the case, obviously it's the right he's going to take. But let's say he does come back for another year, and you guys get to reunite in Tennessee. How special would that dynamic duo be, and just what would it be like to play alongside him again?
Yeah, it'll be very exciting. I look forward to it, but if he got the chance to go to the NBA, that's what he should do. That's what I feel like he should do. The best for him. But if not, then I'll be really excited to play with him again. Really fun.
And there are some other things regarding not necessarily Tennessee stuff, but you have had obviously a conclusion your past season, 21-4 record. But I feel like looking at some of your film, you have had a kind of a breakout season to a degree in terms of really getting even taking that dog mentality another level. You went out there against Mikey, you had a huge game out there. That really rose your stock a lot there and a few other big games. So take us through this past year, like what's some of the biggest things you've grown in and developed in over the past season?
Definitely my shot. I feel like my 3-point shot really wasn't that good in ninth grade, 10th grade. But this year, like I've been working on the gun a lot, getting shots up. And also I've been doing strength and training every day. So I'm getting stronger and faster. And I'm just turned into like I've always had like a dog mentality, but now it's like real high. And I've always loved to play defense, love to get steals. That's what some guys don't like to do, but I take pride in that. So that's really what was a part of my game.
When there is a guy you have to go up against, like a Mikey, I know you played Kenny Chandler early in your career too in high school. Like when you go up against one of those type of players, what switches in your mindset? Like, is there a different level you take your game to? Is it just natural? Like, what happens when you do go up against another elite player?
I don't try to make it like just. I don't try to make it like it's a one-on-one. Like I got to go back
Mhm.
and forth with him. I just try to play my game, make and hit the right person. If a person's open, I pass it to him. But I just make sure that I try to hold them to as least amount of points as possible.
You have 1 year until you get on campus, start your official season out there. So what else do you want to grow on now? You got about 365 days to get on the campus. What do you want to get better and improve on before it's time for you to get out there?
Definitely just getting stronger, getting faster, so I can be ready for the college level. And just, of course, my just all the other basketball stuff, shooting and ball screen, stuff like that, reads and stuff like that. But number one is just getting stronger and faster so I can be ready, prepared.
Going to Rick Barnes a little bit more. I know, as you said, he's a great coach. We've seen his history, but as you said, he has that funniest side too. So what's your funniest memory so far with Rick Barnes?
Funniest memory, man, like not gonna lie, like he has told I'll say on these 3 days I was on a visit, he at least told 25 stories. Like, he has stories for forever. But funniest moment, I would say, it's a lot. Let me think. Oh, we were out eating, right? And he had coached at Providence, I think. Something like that. Maybe it was Providence. You got to look it up. I don't know if it was something. He says it was at Root Chris, but he said that when he had went back there, because he previously coached there, he was on a new coaching team. So when he had went back before the game, they like the whole crowd gave him a standing ovation and stuff like that. And then so the game started, and his newer team, won by a lot. And then at the end, they started booing him and throwing trash at the players and the coaches, and it was just a whole like massacre and stuff like that. But that was one of the funniest things he said. It was more in detail, but can't really remember it all. But it was way more. It was real funny.
I don't ever like asking this question until you guys officially commit, because obviously media sites will start kind of going a lot of different places with it. But when you were growing up, who was your dream school? Was that Tennessee? Was it another school? Like, who did you grow up rooting for and loving?
I really didn't have a dream school, I would say, but schools I watched, because one of my cousins, he was a walk-on in Florida. I like Florida football. I like Florida basketball. I like Kentucky basketball. I didn't really watch Tennessee, but I like who else? Oh, I like Auburn when they had the Final Four team. I like them a lot. So yeah. And I mean, I like Tennessee a little bit when they was like number one in the country, but I didn't watch them like kind of when I was growing up.
Now, pretty much all the schools you just said are SEC schools, so you're gonna be able to go up against them at some point during your career out there. How excited are you for that? And what is the team you're the most excited to go play against in the SEC?
Definitely probably Kentucky.
And when you do get on that stage, I know that's going to be the biggest stage you possibly could get in college basketball, right there with the Kansases, Duke, North Carolinas. Like, what's going to go through your mindset when you step foot on that court? You got to go play in front of that area and that place.
Mindset is just do what's best for the team and get the win.
Now, you will be that hometown hero. You're going to have family out here to support you. You're going to be where you've gone through high school, where you've grown up. How impactful is that for you? Like, what does that mean to you to represent your hometown, where you're playing at college?
Yeah, it means a lot. I know a lot of people in the city are behind me with going to Tennessee, and I really just want to make them proud and do whatever I can to just make them proud of me and just live it up.
Absolutely, man. Well, a few more things before I let you go. One of which is, as you know, I was like wrapping up discussing a legacy, and that's something that we now know your next chapter. So when you are done with your Tennessee career, rather it be in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, what do you want to leave being remembered for what you accomplished throughout your career there?
What I want to be remembered for is just the guy who gets everything done, a winner, a leader, and just the guy everybody likes.
Absolutely. My final thing for you, give Tennessee fans your 3 biggest goals you have set for your Tennessee career.
Okay, so I say national championship,
Mhm.
and then leader on assist, and I want to go down as the best point guard of all history.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations once again on the big commitment. I'm excited to see what God got next for you, man. I appreciate you taking time to come on today.
Thank you.
Of course, man. You always will come on, man. God bless.
You too.